looks good on paper. You've done everything you were supposed to do, but something inside doesn't feel right. If this is familiar, stay with me, because that feeling has a name, and it's not failure, it is misalignment. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly what's happening and why. Hi, my name is Virginie. I'm the founder of Level Up with Virginie, a space for people who feels a gap between the life they're living and the life they actually want. And before I get into it, who am I to talk about this? I spent over a decade in the corporate world, from banking to luxury retail to strategy consulting. I have built a career that looked impressive from the outside. And guess what? Where I ended is exactly where you might be right now. Disconnected, stuck, and asking myself, what is wrong with me? Nothing was wrong with me, and nothing is wrong with you either. Before I go further, and if that resonates with you, I want to ask you, please subscribe to this channel by clicking on the button below. That would mean the world to me. I share content here every week to help you build a life that actually feels like yours. So thank you. The idea for this episode came from a Substack article I recently wrote called "The Moment I Realized I've Been Living Someone Else's Life." But today I want to go deeper, because this isn't just something I think about. It's something I've lived through. So just to take a step back here, my first role out of university was on the trading floor at JP Morgan, something I had worked incredibly hard for. And for a while, it felt exactly how I thought it would. It was about learning fast, surrounding myself with smart people, be given real responsibility early on. But over time, if I'm honest, something shifted. Externally, everything still looked right, but internally, something fell off. And that's what made it so hard to understand, because I kept thinking, how can I feel unhappy when this is what so many people dream of? What is wrong with me? And this is exactly where a lot of people get stuck, because when your life looks good on paper, you don't give yourself permission to question it. So instead of questioning the path, you question yourself. Here's the truth though. You're not stuck because you failed. You stuck because you succeeded on the path that wasn't fully yours. At no point did you sit down and decide for yourself, oh, you know what, I'm gonna start to live someone else's life now. No, you were rewarded into it. You were rewarded for performing, for choosing what made sense, for doing what would others feel proud of. And slowly, if you're like me, you optimize your life around external validation instead of internal alignment. And this is especially true if you're someone who is ambitious, capable, and used to achieving. Because when something works, you just keep going, right? You don't stop to ask, do I actually want this? You ask, oh, do I do more of this? So you keep climbing. And the higher you go, the harder it becomes to step off. Because changing isn't just about making a different decision. It means facing guilt. I should be grateful. Fear. What if I make the wrong move? Loss. I have invested so much into this. And identity. This one is a big one for me, because at some point, your job, your lifestyle, your environment don't just become what you do, they become who you are. And when you start questioning your path, just questioning your life, you're questioning yourself. That's why so many people stay stuck. Not because they don't know something is off, but because changing feels like losing everything they built. And this shows up differently in different people. And for me, there's 3 different archetypes. You can either be the high performer who is successful and respected but feels absolutely empty inside. You can be the person on autopilot. Nothing is really wrong, but nothing feels deeply right either. So you just keep going. Or you're the misaligned achiever. You have outgrown your life and you just haven't updated it yet. If you recognize yourself in any of those, that recognition matters. Because in my experience, this feeling doesn't stay quiet. It evolves into frustration, disconnection, resentment. So deep, you can't hear yourself clearly anymore. Now you're probably asking yourself, but what do I do now? And I would say the first one is please don't burn your life down. There's 3 things I have implemented in my life that I would recommend. And the first one is awareness. Not just noticing that something is off, but actually sitting with it instead of pushing it away. Most of us are really good at numbing, and me first, staying busy, staying distracted. But the truth is the work starts when you stop running away. The second thing is separating. Learning to distinguish what in your life is genuinely yours, your actual values, your real desire, from what you have absorbed from your environment, your family, your friend groups, the version of success you were handed. And this takes time, so be patient with it. And the third one is reconnecting. Creating enough space and stillness to hear yourself again. And here's what I know from the other side of this. You already have the answer. I had mine. I was just too busy avoiding it to hear it. Learning to listen to everything and everyone else before yourself is a pattern. And like any pattern, it can be unlearned. If you recognize yourself in any of what I've described to you, that feeling isn't random. It's a signal. You can decide to ignore it or you can explore it, but that choice is entirely yours. Tell me in the comments, what does feeling stuck look like for you right now? I want to hear from you and I want to hear your stories. I will see you next week now. Thank you for watching, and before then, let me leave you with something that one of my friends reminded me of recently. Your life is not a dress rehearsal, so make sure it is yours. Thank you. See you. Thank you for joining me on the Level Up with Virginie channel. For more insight on how to build a life that is truly yours, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel.